Hi everybody, welcome to DayZ, and I'd like to come on a little thought experiment with me. I want you to imagine that your character has got red health, maybe even red flashing health. You're starving to death and you're dying of dehydration. You're desperate to eat something. And then maybe you farm the zombies, or you come across some zombies and you kill them. And you're like, oh, I hope that one of these zombies has something on them. If they don't have something on them, I'm going to die. So you go up to the first zombie and you see they've got nothing on them. You go up to the second zombie. Oh, they've just got a can opener. You go up to the third zombie, and you see they've got the little plus sign next to them, so you know you've got something. They've got something on them. You open them up, and what do they have? They've got some human steak, some human meat. In some battle that this infected zombie has had with a human, they've torn off a chunk, and it's ended up in their jacket pocket or their trouser pocket. And now your character is faced with this dilemma. They are starving to death. They must eat something. Do they risk eating the human steak and getting the Kuru disease and going mad, basically? And I thought that was quite a nice little dilemma that you could put on your survivors on your server, especially on hardcore survivors where food is a problem. The fact that you could think, oh right, I've got to kill some zombies to get some food, but the food they give you is bad. It's human food, so you've got that choice. It's kind of one up from the unknown food can. So in this video, I'm going to show you kind of the how food on zombies spawns, and then how we can add the human steak as a chance to the zombies. So the files we're going to be looking at from your server that you'll want to open up or download back up before we start playing around with them is the types.xml, the CFG spawnable types.xml, and the CFG random presets.xml. Types.xml you'll be familiar with. This is tells the server how many of different things should spawn. So if we do a Control F and do a search for human, you'll get HumanSteakMeat. Now we just found that because we want the class name of the human meat. So just so we know that, because that's going to come in useful. Now the CFG spawnable types file, what this does, it tells the game when something spawns in, if it can spawn in with stuff, what stuff should it spawn in with? So for example with guns, it will say this gun, when it spawns in, spawn it in with a chance of having this magazine or having this scope, or you know, that kind of thing. When a vehicle spawns in, it should spawn in with a chance of having these wheels on it. Now with the zombies or the infected, as you can see here, the different types of infected, they spawn in with a chance of having a preset. So this is where the items aren't actually listed in CFG spawnable types.xml. They're in another file, and that file is CFG random presets, which we're going to look at in a second. So we can see the zombies that have the black jackets can have a chance of the cargo being Food City or Tools City, and the attachment is Glasses, Hats and Bag City. So the zombies have kind of stuff that's in their cargo, which is in their grid, you know, in the local inventory, and then you've got what they're actually wearing as well. So if we go over to CFG random presets, and just bear in mind Food City, we can actually see, we could do a Control F and you could look for Food City, for example. There it is. And then what we can see here is this is what that preset actually is. So it's saying with a chance of 16%, spawn in one of these with these chances. So 5%, 5%, 2%. So as you can see straight away, the chances of anything spawning in on an infected zombie is really, really low anyway. And that's how we want it with DayZ, isn't it? You don't want zombies to have lots of stuff on them, otherwise it would be too easy. So what we can do is we can simply, as I've done already here, is we could add the HumanSteakMeat as a chance. So if we just make a little bit of space and we copy the chips entry, we copy that and we paste that down there. But then we go back to our types and we copy the HumanSteakMeat and we pop that into there. Now, with the preset Food City, there's a chance that there's going to be some human steak meat there as well, which I think is really cool. And you could do that with quite a few of them, couldn't you? Just go down. Remember, this chance is really, really low. 0.05 is really, really low. And if in fact you didn't tell the players on your server that this was a thing, you know, there's probably a a chance that when they saw it, they would go, oh my god. And it would be one of those shocking moments, because we all know when we've played DayZ a lot, how many times do you get a shocking moment? Well, maybe finding some human steak meat on an infected zombie could really make people go, wow, that's really, really cool. And I think if you combine that with the fact that they were hungry at the time, that could be a very, very special thing indeed. So what I'll do is in the description below this video, I'll put the class name for the human steak meat. Unfortunately, I can't put in things like the arrow brackets because YouTube doesn't like that in its descriptions. But this should make it fairly easy for you to add human steak meat to your servers to give your players that decision they have to make under duress whether they should become a cannibal or not. There we go. So I can't take credit for this, by the way. This was someone who put a comment in the description below one of my videos who suggested it, and I thought, what a great idea. So thank you to them. I can't remember who you were, but big thumbs up. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.